Great day. Great day. Yeah, I'm going to say great day. Like I say, conversation with communication. Great day. It'll work if you work it. Once again, this is not to attack. It's not to have pity. It's like what I look at and I pay attention. Because, see, Fox 26 News, they got this thing called breaking the cycle. It takes more power to speak up and talk about what you're dealing with and what's going on than being silent. A lot of folk remain silent and remain the same because they're more worried about what folk would say, think, do, and feel about them if they spoke their truth. I say violence, domestic violence, and everything else, chaos, and society will be better if we will be able to speak our truths. Giving people accolades that don't deserve it, we shouldn't, and we need to stop that. It's not for hate or none of that, once again. It's not. When you look at today's society, you'll understand where we are and why we are where we are. Regardless to where you are in this world, it's crazy. With me saying that to say this, when I sat my mother and father down, conversation with communication, comfortable, uncomfortable conversation. And I asked them, what happened? What happened? Because my mother told me all kind of things. Because, see, I'm named after a man that is not my biological father, who I said once again I never had a connection with, and then I understood. Now, let me quit lying. I ain't understand why my sisters and female cousins was treating me like that, and I ain't understand when I was going to some of my male cousins talking about or trying to go to where I could, be me, be a little boy and have fun and not get beat on, lied on, and raped. Or, let me say SA. Because I don't know how this thing go, but you could say all kind of other stuff on the internet, but then you'll get flagged for saying something like that. Okay. Because of convenience. Me being in a household, the youngest one out the family and the only boy. So yeah, my mother used to work, and I understand she used to work and had to work to try to provide for us. So I asked him, what happened? What happened? And the story was that, my mother and her friend, they was doing things, skipping school or what have you. Yeah, real talk. This is what I'm going to tell you like you told me. Skipping school. My biological father was somewhere he ain't had no business being, gambling, hustling, shooting dice, what have you. And that's how they first encountered each other. Yeah. So whoop de whoop, many moon and many stars have passed. Then my father got into a little trouble, I say that. Had to go on vacation for a while, then went to the war, Vietnam War. Came back. My mother had children, my other sisters, and then, he's trying to figure out because allegedly he was the love of her life, and that's what he said, allegedly. So I can understand when they say wait until marriage to have kids. True. Did I do that? No, I didn't. But I did call myself trying to be better and have better and do better. I tried to make sure my children all knew each other. No, I'm not getting off the topic or none of that. But if you pay attention, if you keep up, everything is connected. So when I sat down and I talked to him and had to come to the realization and the conclusion that when he left and he came back and he ran into it. When he saw her again and then they talked, they communicated and everything else. And, both of them was married. Both of them. So when he came back, once again, and they ran into each other, She was married, he was married. Yeah. So by both of them being married, both of them sneaking around, what we call nowadays, is it sneaky linking, or sneaky leak, or something like that, whatever. I say side piece, or I say option. You know, I understand that language and that choice, because when somebody is not satisfied or happy, or when they want more, they're gonna go to an option. Get that? So after, they call themselves messing around, both of them married, then hey, here I come. They had me. Told me the song and everything. I'm listening and understanding. I'm like, God, both of y'all married. Then you got impregnated. So, something had to happen, or somebody didn't wear something or didn't do something. So that's neither here nor there. Now fast forward. This is why conversation with communication, breaking generational curses and cycles, because I was a child. I had to grow up through a lot of things. Like I said, I used to get beat by some of my male cousins, want to fight me, jump on me sometime, or didn't like me. I didn't understand that then. But I do now. I looked up to all of them because, like I say, I wanted to make my family proud of me. So when them calling me little man, I understood I was different. I always thought different. I always moved different. That's for facts. That's for sure. Now, I ain't saying I'm perfect. I got 4 kids by 4 different women, to my knowledge, and I tried to keep up with all my kids and make sure they knew each other. I had to, because once I discovered that, I tried to get to know my patriarch side, my paternal side of the family, because that matriarch, that maternal, that mama side, it was, yeah. So I can understand why they classify me, call me crazy, or the black sheep, or whatever. See, because these conversations that I'm having is for people that's dealt with things and going through things, or still going through things, or dealing with things and trying to understand why. See, me speaking up and talking about it is not because I want to get praise and none of that. I was supposed to have been done it. If the books would have got put out like they're supposed to, it'd have been known. It's about helping people empowering themselves and taking their power back, because we are at a spiritual warfare. So this is why hate and racism, discrimination, and everything is so elevated right now. This is why crimes is the way it is, because you have people that, of other people's convenience, handled a person certain way and made them become a monster. So once they became a monster, then now society want to label them as unfit, in which it is a lot of people are demonically possessed because it's genetically embedded in them. It's true. That's a such thing. So once I listened and I heard and I understood after they broke it down and told me, and then they call itself rekindling a flame right then and there for a brief, As me, I kind of felt good and excited because, okay, yeah, my mom and my dad, okay, I could have some, I could establish something, because I didn't like the treatment that I was getting when I was younger. I didn't like it. So then, fast forwarded, I had 4 kids, 4 different women. I had 4 kids, 4 different women. And I tried to make sure I was involved in their life regardless. PTAs, PTOs, parents teacher conference, open house, if I knew where they stayed. Let me say that. Because most times, is one that didn't want me to know where she stayed out, and I had to meet her. Miles, McDonald's, Burger King, stuff like that. I was cool for a moment or two. But then I was like, no, I need to be in my child's life. But it was allowed, but wasn't allowed, because my children was told different things about me. I understand it, but I still, as a father, shouldn't have to fight to be in my kids' life, but I still did that. Even still to this day. So I even had to go and get receipts from the Attorney General to prove, because it was always said that I didn't supply, I wasn't there, I wasn't supporting, I wasn't this, that, another. I went and got papers from the Attorney General because I didn't want my kids to grow up feeling the way that I feel or seeing the things that I saw. So that's why I had to show receipts and everything, because I put child support on myself for my youngest, and then my daughter, did that too. Well, the mother filed and everything once we did the paternity and everything, because that's another part coming later on. Me saying that to say this. Even though I'm 47, this is 2024, I'm 47. I supposed to have been done it at 33. I didn't, because I was waiting and hoping that the family would come around and start talking. But then, I'm going to get into some more stuff later on once I found out a couple of years ago. This is why I say it's a trickling effect. And it needs to be talked about and spoken on, because a lot of things that happen could be prevented and avoided. That's facts. So then when it came to me trying to get to know my patriarch side, my father's side of the family, I tried to spend as much time with him as I possibly can. Cut yours and everything, went over there, tried to cut yours, because the thing is, when I found out we was doing something with the same thing, didn't even know it. I didn't know him, and he didn't know where he was keeping tabs on me through my uncles. I'm going to say that. But I didn't know him. He liked to fight. I was always a fighter. He liked to race cars. I raced cars. He liked to do with the dogs. I did too. And he thought he was a woman, man. I just, whatever. I didn't think I was a woman's man, but I love women. I'm going to say that. Then to find out I had other siblings besides the one that I knew about, it kind of shattered me and broke my heart when once... he told me don't say nothing, because he had to go pick them up from school. He went and picked them up from school. I was still over there cutting the yard. They came and all that. I couldn't say nothing. That made me feel less than. That told me that. But I had to, as we do young men, we got to suck it up. Because, see, even on my matriarch side, the maternal side, I was always, you the man of the house. You the man of the house. We need to stop telling young men that they're the men of the houses due to what somebody else chosen to do. We need to stop that. Because it is a lot of fathers who want to be active fathers in their kids' lives that are not allowed to be in their kids' lives. That's facts. Because you have people want to play games and they think the grass is green on the other side. So, when I seen my sisters coming up, couldn't say something, because I met them way before I had met them when I seen them a time my father was in the hospital. So I had to act like I ain't know nothing about nothing with nothing, because evidently I was a nothing. But I still love my mother and my father. I'm not going to disrespect them or belittle them, but I'm saying all this to say, because they want to have fun, I don't know if they was protected or not. I was created. Because the man who I'm named after told my mother she better not name me after another nickel or he'll kill him. This is what she told me. So, and my father was saying, I had to respect your mama because your mama told me don't come around and this and that, don't do this, that, and another. I get it. But there was a child who had to grow up to have children, and then their children have children. See, it's a trickling effect. So I sat back and I talked to him. I steady gave him ample amount of opportunities and chances. I steady tried to communicate. I steady tried to work with. But at a certain age, I seen I was not getting nowhere at all. So I had to take my power back and do what I was told to do and what I'm supposed to do, what I'm doing now. Because it's somebody that's going to hear it and they're going to feel it. Because I know I'm not the only one that went through it. But I know I'm one of the ones that's strong enough to stand up and speak out and speak up. I chose not to do what was done to me. So yet I never watched my nieces if my sister then went around, and even my own daughter. I was looking for a woman that I could say that was my woman that could help me raise my daughter into a woman. Shit, I'm still looking for that now. Even though I tried to be the best person that I could be, like I say, took my kids to their doctor appointments and everything. I didn't ask nobody that allowed me to do it. I did it. If my kids were sick, I was there. You know, they outside, I'm right there with them. Nieces and nephews. I tried to pour into them to be a better human being for like right now. Because we need that. And to break generational curses and cycles, we have to do better, be better, think better, speak better. We have to. We have to be real cautious and careful who we associate with and who we affiliate ourselves around. We have to. Because it's just parts I'm breaking down to get off into the nitty-gritty. To get off into the truth. To get off into something that's uncomfortable. Because I realize there's a lot of people right now in today's times. They rather argue, fuss, fight. They rather act like or portray that they are not hurting, that they are okay. So they overwork or they overwork out or they overcompensate in alcohol or recreational things. I could say that. Or they call themselves want to be around a bunch of people or got to always have drama. That's how you know something is wrong and they're hurting. Generational curses and cycles and trauma has to be broken. And this is starting to reveal itself and unravel if we choose to do so. So everything that I'm saying is with much love, with God love. Hopefully reach the right person and then, hey, like and share, pass it on. Because I'm only using my life right now, breaking it down. Then I'm going to get to the health aspect. I'm getting to the finances. I'm getting to everything. But I'm at the beginning. Comfortable, uncomfortable conversations and why give accolades. Conversation with communication.